Hey, this is Ant. Today I just want to go over, for all you folks who have the Yeelight bulb, I recently ordered the Yeelight bulb from GearBest, and I was really excited about it because it's a smart bulb, about 1/3 the price of these smart bulbs in America. You know, the Phillips Hue is really popular, Life FX, other smart Wi-Fi bulbs out there. They're really running about anywhere from 40-50 bucks easily a pop, especially for the colors. So I found the Yeelight bulb on gearbest.com, which runs for about $20 to $23. I can't remember exactly the price, but basically it's much cheaper option out there, or alternative. So I was excited to get it in. I got it in the mail. I put it into my lamp, and I noticed that it wouldn't go through its configuration. It kept giving me errors. I couldn't get anything to work. So alas, I went ahead and checked out the internet to find out what's going on, and to see that the bulb is a 220 volt bulb. And to my dismay, I was really upset about that. And so after much time on the internet reading about this and seeing if there's any way I can do something before I sent these bulbs back and asked for a refund, was basically that there is a workaround to get these bulbs configured and up and running. So I'm going to show you how to do that, because I spent a lot of time trying to figure it out, and you have to really search the internet high and low to find instructions, and there's really no clear-cut direction on it. So I'm here to give you clear-cut directions today on how to set up your Yeelight bulb if you happen to purchase a 220 volt version bulb. It's made to work in Asia, but obviously in America we run on 110 volts. So I can show you how to set that up and get that running flawlessly on your 110 volt sockets here in America. And you should be safe, by the way. Just want to let you know, it's the only dangers you would have is if it was the other way around, where you're sticking a 110 volt bulb inside a 220 volt power source, which we're not doing, which is very dangerous. Don't do that. The bulbs look good. I'm going to go ahead and start and show you how that's done, basically. All right, I'm back, and so I'm just going to walk you through the steps of setting up your Yeelight. Okay, so some of the things you're going to need before you even get started. You're going to need a step-up transformer. Basically, what that does is it takes your 110 volts, plug, and it transforms the power to a 220 volt step up. That's the output. So we comes from 110, starts at 110 on the going in, and comes out 220 volts. Now the lamps that we have here are designed, they can hold a 220 volt. I wouldn't recommend you ran a transformer like this all day long and things like that, run 220 volts through something that's actually made for 110 volts. But just for configuration purposes, you'll be fine. There's no danger here in doing this. The lines are well insulated. It should be fine. So you're going to need this, though. You can get this from Amazon.com. It's about $17 plus some change to get this. You're going to want to go ahead and plug the lamp or the socket that you're using to configure your bulb into the 220 volt output, so that the bulb will get 220 volts. You're going to need your Yeelight, of course, once you have that in hand, your 220 volt Yeelight. And of course, you're going to need your Yeelight app. So this is what it looks like. You can download it on the Play Store. This is the app you're going to need. Don't use the Mi Home one, because it doesn't have as much, it's not as feature rich. So this is the one you're going to want. So it looks like that. All right, so I currently have a Yeelight bulb in my lamp right now. I'm going to go ahead and reset this bulb right now, so you can see from the ground up what happens. To reset your bulb, in case you're wondering, you're having problems already, you've been messing around with it, you're going to have to switch it about 5 times, and you'll notice it starts going through all its colors. That means it's resetting. So we'll do that. Go ahead and do that now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So now it's going through its resets right now. That means it is now going to make its own Wi-Fi signal. We should be able to connect to it on my phone. So here is my phone. I'm just waiting for it to kind of pop up. You'll know it pops up when you see kind of a notification come up here in your notifications. So far I don't have anything that's popped up here. Oh, okay, I have my Wi-Fi on. Yeah, just want to let you know, you do need to have your Wi-Fi on when you're setting this up, obviously. And okay, so while that's coming up, and we're still waiting for that to come up, so I want to let you know that you need to go into their settings, and in your settings, make sure that you go to your settings. Oops, went to feedback on accident. And you're going to see how your locale, if you're on mainland China or any other locale, you need to make sure you change that to Singapore. It's very important that you do that if you want to get all the functionality of being able to use IFTTT, which if you don't know anything about IFTTT, then I can't, tell you about that. You're going to have to look that up yourself. But it's a really cool feature, to set alarms, not alarms, but maybe have your bulb wake you up in the morning at a certain time doing the sunrise thing or sunset if you want to go to sleep. Very cool stuff. Check it out. Or if you have Alexa or Echo Dot, you can pair it up with that. But it's very important that you use the locale in Singapore because the servers in Singapore do support it. If you are on the mainland China servers, they do not support that. So that's very important because it'll save you a lot of headache if you haven't, and you already have your setup on mainland China. You'll have to redo all your bulbs, reset them all, and set them up on the Singapore servers. So first and foremost, after you create your account in here, set your locale to Singapore. All right, so I'm going to go back now. Apparently the bulb did not come up here. I'm going to turn my Bluetooth on real quick because that's how I had set it up before previously. Get rid of all these notifications. Get out of there. All right, so it looks like it's not coming up. I'm going to go to add a device, see if it comes up there. All right, sorry about that. My video cut out, but I'm back. All right, so basically I'm going to go to new device, and as I can see though, it's not populating there, but it's coming up here where it says new device found. You can open it up there, or you can open it in the app if it pops up. Usually it should be popping up. There it is. All right, so I refresh my screen. I'm going to go and click on Yeelight LED Bulb. That is this light that we are currently setting up. Remember, I'm under the 220 volts socket right now, so it's going to ask me to connect to my Wi-Fi. I already put my password in, and I'm just going to click next. Okay, so now it should go through the configuration with no issues. It's going to connect to my Wi-Fi, the bulb's going to talk to the server, all that stuff, and get it set up. All right, so it's doing its thing, so all right, connect it successfully. All right, we'll just click complete. Now this next step is very important if you want it to be able to come off the 220 volt onto a 110 volt socket and be working with no problems. So let's see, it should start popping up here in my devices. I'm going to go back here. There it is. All right, so now it's all set up. It's in my Yeelight. So obviously it's on. Now we need to go and change some settings on it to ensure that when we take the bulb out of the socket, it's going to work on a 110 volt. This is a very important step, otherwise you'll be resetting and doing it over and over again without any success. So right now it's on the white light. I'm going to want to take it from its brightest setting where it's currently at and drag it all the way down to a lower setting. See how the bulb's kind of going down. Set it down to a very super low setting, like almost not to nearly the bottom, but pretty close. This is very important that you do that. It's kind of it's a way of telling the system to say, hey, I want you to remember this color and not the original bright color. It's very important. Otherwise, it kind of it tries to remember that, hey, I'm on the natural state, which is really bright. We don't want to do that. So you'll then go to the settings for that bulb in the upper right. Click on that, and then you'll go down to where it says default state and click on that. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and click set default state and save. That once you've changed the color, to that darker color. Save, succeed. And then just for the kicks and giggles, I usually automatic state saving, I go ahead and click that on, so to make sure that it goes through. Now go ahead and go back. You can change the name of your bulb. For sake right now, I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to leave it as it is. If you have any firmware updates, you want to go ahead and do that now, and then redo the whole color thing again. You're going to have to lower the color and then save the state again, whatever, whatnot. But I already did that. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and go back one more time. The bulb's looking good. I can turn it off and on, as you can see. It's working good. I can change the colors, and all that jazz. So it is working pretty good. Cool. All right. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. I'm going to go ahead and turn this bulb off. And I'm going to go ahead and unplug it from, I'm going to turn off the socket, the step up. It's right here. You can see that light go off. And then I'm going to go ahead and unplug the lamp from the 220 volt. I'm going to plug the lamp into a regular 110 volt socket here. I mean, not socket, but plug. So this is 110 volts. And I'm going to go ahead and attempt to turn my Yeelight back on my phone. All right. Here we go. As you can see, it did come on now. So that is a successful transition, and I can click on that, change the colors, no problem. We're all set. We can do whatever we want now. We can set up groups and just rinse and repeat for all your other bulbs and put them where you like. Please like this video if it helped you out. Hopefully it saved you some time, because it took me about 2 days to figure this out. I know it sounds kind of dumb, and maybe this was easy, but it was a lot of kind of guess and check, and unfortunately I just kind of happened to go by changing the color to figure it out. But anyways, hope this helped you out. Ants Advice out.